What is going on, everybody? I'm coming at you with some more One Piece gameplay today. Today I have some Law against Zoro, a super fun matchup. I think Law and Zoro are two really fun decks to play. I think at the Treasure Cup, I'm going to be seeing a lot of both of these. And I really enjoy playing Law. There's so many different, plays that you can make. Again, it's just adapting to having only 4 life. That can be tricky. But without further ado, we're going to hop into it. I have made some changes since this game to my Law deck list. And once I get it to a place where I think it's perfect, I'm going to release a deck profile. But to start off the game, I'm going to drop a Nami and pick up a Luffy here and pass turn back to my opponent here. That Dawn again should be tapped. We're all friends here, so we're not super duper picky about how the board looks. But yeah, this Dawn that I played is tapped. So you can't pick up Nami with Nami. It strictly says you can't pick up Nami with this effect. And he's like, oh shit, can I pick up anything else? No. So he's gonna bottom deck everything there, and that's pretty rough. Missing the surge like that. He's gonna pass turn back to me. I'm gonna open up 2 more Dawn here, and I'm gonna tap 2, play a killer, and then I'll swing out leader here. And then I'll play a Bonnie and pass turn back. Again, having this killer blocker out is super nice. I think it's good. It's a 2 cost 2k with counter, and then if you have Dawn 1 on it, and you can draw if you have 2 more characters on board. So like if I had given it a Dawn instead of playing this Bonnie here, I would have been able to get the draw off that, which is probably the better play. However, you can't make every play perfect, unfortunately. And still learning, making changes. The killer's a new addition to my deck. He's going to drop Zoro here and swing at me. I'm going to block with Otama. And then we're going to go to the next play here. It's my 5 Dawn turn. There's a couple of different things that I can do here. I am going to tap Bonnie to activate her effect to search top 5. I'm looking for the 3 cost killer. The one that if you drop it, it just kills a 3 cost suspended or less. But I'm going to get a beige instead just because I want to make sure that I have bodies on board. I'm going to put 2 Dawn underneath my... 3 Dawn underneath my Law, actually, and swing over Zoro. I really don't want him to be able to protect it. I think if he can protect that Zoro here, he's going to be able to, though. He's going to drop 2 2k counters, it looks like. So 4k in counters, and I'll drop another Bonnie here just to give me some more cycle, but... Sorry, beige, not Bonnie. I wanted to put the beige to make sure I have some protection on my board. Again, the fact that, he had 2 2k counters in hand to protect it on that swing is kind of telling to the kind of hand that he has this game. I think he has something to counter, like, with his deck. He's built it specifically to play 18 2k counters, I believe. He's playing 4 Gordon, 4 Brook, 4 Otama, 4 Sanji, and then... there's 2 more unaccounted for, I believe. But yeah, maybe it's only 2 Gordon and there's 4 or something else. He'll swing 6k at my leader, and I will take it, unfortunately. It's a tough spot to be in, honestly. And then I think he's gonna buff up his Nami or Zoro here to swing at my leader. But I think he also is gonna use Diablo Jambe here. Yeah, to stop my blocker. And then I have to take another life, unfortunately. Diablo Jambe is such a strong card. And then he'll swing at my Bonnie, and I'll block with beige here because hopefully I can get another surge off from my Bonnie. My leader falls out of its holster, unfortunately. Losing a lot of tempo there, going down 2 swings, is pretty rough. But again, not being able to counter there was pretty unfortunate. I'll tap 1 to play a 2020 Chopper here. And then I will tap 1 to use the Bonnie effect. And I'll look at top 5, and I do see the killer, thankfully. And so my opponent makes an interesting play here. I'm going to swing Nami at Nami. And definitely should let this go. Because swinging Nami at Nami here, if he uses anything to counter it, it's such a waste of his hand, in my opinion. But he's gonna end up blocking. No, he's gonna let it go. Yeah, no, that's the right play. There's no reason to to do that. So once he lets it go, I drop the killer to pop the Zoro. Again, just getting bodies on board here. And I have 2 Dawn left, so I'll tap 1. I'll swing first at leader, and he'll take it instead of losing the chopper, which is good for me. I want to make him take life, so I'll play another Nami and search top 5. See what I can pick up. Grab a chopper. Chopper's always good. The 1-cost blockers are super nice late game. I like having as many of them as possible. I'll kill my own Nami to play another chopper. Again, I just want some protection on board here. Like, yeah, it feels kind of bad to lose the Nami there, but having 2 choppers on board means that I'm probably going to be able to block at least 2 swings, just based on how much Dawn he'll have on this turn. This is his 8 Dawn turn, so he can bring out unblockable Luffy, which is fine. He can swing at me for 7. I can block it with my choppers, and then I'll still at least have 3 guys on board. But he's going to open with a Nami here. I'm going to reveal his top 5. And I think he's going to pick up either the chopper or the Brook here. I think chopper is the right call. But he ends up picking up the Monkey D. Luffy Vanilla. And these Vanilla cards are actually surprisingly strong just because they put a lot of pressure on with how much power they have. I mean, a 4-drop with 6k is no joke. And unless you can have some kind of removal for that, it's super, super rough. I'm going to go ahead and block this 7k swing with my Tony Chopper. And then see what's coming next. Killer is nice on board. He's 3k, only takes 2 Dawn to get to 5. And the trigger effect is super nice. I don't think I've ever seen him come out of my life, though, which feels pretty bad. Definitely want to see that happen more often if possible. He's such a good card out of life, but he's also such a good card coming out of your hand. Being able to like bounce him back to hand with Law's effect and then bounce him again feels pretty good. He's going to go ahead and play that Luffy and leave 2 Dawn up, I think, here for either another blocker or some shenanigans. He's going to drop a Sanji here just to put some more pressure on my board, force me to make some plays that may not be optimal. So we'll just see, what kind of things I can do. This Sanji is really good. It can get up to 7k real fast. I'll activate Bonnie's effect again. Just want to find some more pieces. We see that you can be my samurai in my hand there. I ended up cutting that. I wanted to try it out, see if there's any like merit, because you can bounce your cards and it's only a 1 cost for 2 draw. Yeah, you can protect your cards a lot with this deck. So I was just trying it out, seeing if it was any good. So I have 5 cards on board here, and I have a fair bit of life. So I'm trying to think to myself what I want to do here. I end up using the Law effect on my Nami to play my Law here. And then I will bounce the Bonnie to play the Bonnie again. And he's just asking if like Law's effect, the character was color effective, and I'm just explaining that it's not. I'll pay 1 to activate Bonnie's effect again. Like getting some card draw here, and I'll grab a killer. So I have some more counter in hand. Just trying to fill up my hand as much as possible. So I'm going to put 2 underneath my killer here and swing a life. Force him to counter. Or block. And he's going to block there, which is fine. And then I'll swing leader at life. I'll swing my leader at his leader. Definitely want to get some more pressure on his life here. Force him down. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass turn, leave 2 up. I do have a Firehawk in hand, I believe. So the Firehawk is going to be able to remove something. I would like to remove the Sanji, but I think all I can remove is the Nami, unfortunately. But yeah, I think leaving Dawn up is super important, whether you have counter cards in your hand or not. Just because it's super impactful when you have those counter cards. Now, taking a life here for the Sanji effect is pretty detrimental, I think, because if he does not finish me here on this turn, he does risk just getting blown out by a lot of different swings. He's gonna jet pistol my Law, which is a smart play. Takes out a big body on my board, which I do like having the 6,000 blocker out there because you have to invest some more to get over it. So he'll swing at my life here. And I'm just thinking about what I want to do. I block with Chopper here. Trying to bait out as many swings as possible. And still keep maybe 2 bodies, 3 bodies on board. Which would be ideal. I mean, at worst, he can drop the unblockable Luffy at me. But it won't have any Dawn. And so, yes, he could swing Sanji at me. And he can swing Luffy. And he can swing Nami at me. Sanji would need to have either a Dawn placed underneath him, and then Nami would need 2 Dawn, so that only leaves him 1 Dawn up. But then he's going to have all of his characters suspended, so I think in this situation for him, going that aggressive would maybe be detrimental. So I'm just trying to think to myself, you know, what the best play would be for myself once his turn is finished. He likes to think a lot about what he wants to do, and it's in a rough situation. I have 8 cards in hand too, so I can counter a lot of stuff. And my friend just asked to see what's in my hand, and I was like, yeah, here you go, you can see it. It's okay. My hand is, I think, pretty good. I have a couple 2K counters. I know I have a kid. He's gonna swing Nami at my Bonnie. I'll let that go through. That's okay. Bonnie's good, but she's gotten so many searches off this game, so I've plussed off of her quite a bit. And it's this game state, we're pretty even. We're each at 2 life. He has 3 bodies to my 2. And I still have 2 active Dawn up, and I'm just reminding him. And he's just like, fuck. He's like, I don't know what to do here. I do not know what to do. And I'm like, you have a couple options. You can just swing face at me with your Luffy and your Sanji, which is probably the right call here. Force me to take my life or block with my Chopper. He's gonna swing Sanji at my killer. And I will let that go through. In retrospect, I probably should have countered that to have the body on board, because then I can threaten lethal. So I'm not quite sure why I didn't keep it on board, but he will swing, and I will take that life with the Luffy. I'm leaving the Chopper on board because I want to ensure that I can block a Rush Zoro or a Rush Luffy. He plays the Luffy and does not swing with it, which is the right play, 100%. I think I made a mistake by not countering for the killer. I should have used 2K and counter, but I did not, and I don't know why I didn't. Honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me. I should have protected it, because I could swing over as Nami or as Sanji here. But I do grab a Zoro from the Nami, and I could probably clear his board at this point. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Bonnie again. And I'm thinking about searching with her. At this point, I really should have all the pieces I need to make these plays. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay 3 to drop the Zoro. And then another 3 to drop... Sorry, another 2 to drop Brook. And then I'll use Brook's effect to place 2 Dawn underneath my Zoro. And I'll swing at his... I believe I swing out his Luffy. So the first swing here is going at the Nami. I want to clear off all the characters I can off board. I'll swing at the Luffy here for 7. Force out some 2K counters from hand. Sorry, swinging out for 8K. And just really making him use 3K and counter to block this. Which... I think is the right play. He's going to go ahead and he's going to counter that, which is fine. And now I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've got 2 Dawn, so I will pay 2, bounce, play Law, bounce, play Killer, pop Sanji. And now the situation that I'm in is I have 2 blockers on board. He's got an unblockable Luffy. And then he's got the other Luffy, and I have 1 life left. So I should be able to weather the storm here. Again, he has 3 swings here, but I can block 2 of them. And then I have life, and you have to have a 4th swing. So the best play for him is to just load up and force me to block and take life, and then next turn he has game, in my opinion. I think that puts a lot of pressure on me. And he still has 2 life left. But the problem for him is if he goes for life and he does not win this turn, then he's going to lose the game next turn because he only has 1 card in hand, or 2 cards in hand and 2 cards in life. And I have a full board with the ability to bounce and play Zoro multiple times, which is very hard to deal with. And I'll be able to swing for, you know, 2k with Killer. If he doesn't swing over my Zoro, swing again with Zoro. So he's going to stack up his Zoro here. And he's going to use Diablo Jambe, which is a really great play here because it forces me to take my life. And then that means that I have to have enough counter in my hand to block the swing from the Rush Luffy. And at the 10k mark, I do not have enough counter to block that, unfortunately. And I was not respecting the Diablo Jambe, unfortunately. He had a Shanks in hand, which would have done, you know, would not won in the game. But my hand was super clogged up. I pulled 3 Luffys and a Kid off my life that game. So really fun game all around. Really enjoyed playing that one. It's a really back and forth matchup with Zoro. And again, one more turn, if I had just respected, if I kept that Killer up that 1 turn and was able to get another swing off at life, I would have, you know, potentially had a different game. So don't know why I didn't counter and protect my Killer, but that's hindsight 2020. And in the future, you know, I think I've gotten a lot of experience playing these matchups, and the more games that we play and the more that we learn, the better we'll get. So until next time, if you guys like the content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting. Until then, Monty out.